I'm a wartime president.
I've been practicing emergency medicine for 5 years. 3 of those years were active duty military with the U.S. Navy, and I spent about 7 months deployed to Afghanistan.
I took a solemn oath to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And part of that responsibility for me is protecting U.S. citizens from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And right now, our citizenry's biggest attacker is this disease. So I feel an extreme obligation to help in this fight against the coronavirus.
I look at it, I view it as in a sense, a wartime president. I mean, that's what we're fighting. The federal government has done something that nobody's done anything like this other than perhaps wartime, and that's what we're in. We're in a war.
So I was frustrated when President Trump called himself a wartime president, because in my estimation, wartime presidents, lead by example, and they call all Americans to, share a struggle for our greater good. And I haven't really seen him doing that. I've been seeing him passing the blame.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
I've been seeing him endorsing dangerous, unproven ideas, questionably for personal profit.
Hydroxy, chloroquine. What do you have to lose? I'll say it again. What do you have to lose? Take it. I really think they should take it.
I've read reports that he's had financial dealings with some of the pharmaceutical companies that he's been endorsing. Wartime presidents have cohesive strategies, overarching strategies to build a win for our country. He seems to be speaking on, ever-changing whims.
You treat this like a flu. The risk to the American people remains very low. It's not the same thing as a flu at all.
Change things up constantly. He doesn't really have a cohesive strategy. The biggest thing that I think he could do and that the federal government can do is really leverage their power as the federal government to build a cohesive response. And we see that with PPE, and we see that with ventilators, and we see that with all of our critical medical supplies, where the states are bidding against each other and bidding against, quite frankly, the federal government. And these products are ending up going to the folks with the deepest pockets and not necessarily the places with the greatest need. It's a national emergency. It's not an emergency of all the 50 states. It's an emergency of our one nation, the United States. I think the president's mixed message has caused a delay in people realizing how serious this was.
We have it totally under control. It's one person coming in from China, and we have it under control. It's going to be just fine. By April, in theory, when it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away. This is their new hoax.
Well, it's not a hoax. It's not the flu. It's extremely contagious, and it's far deadlier than the flu. And now we're seeing the error of our early inaction. And I want him to really communicate with empathy for folks. There's a lot of us who have lost friends, lost neighbors, lost family members. And I haven't really seen him talk empathetically about that.
We've met challenges before as a country, and it's important that we come together and rise to the occasion and really put partisan bickering aside and who's winning aside, and just come together and try to help this country. We need to put all of our energy and focus over the coming weeks and months to beating back this crisis.